What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. We have some very interesting stuff to show you here, guys. Now, first of all, as I've been mentioning a lot of times, guys, on this channel, that Ripple is working with the Bank of England. Now, we always saw in the tweets of the Bank of England that Ripple is a mentioned partner, right? This is no surprise. There are still people who do not believe and think that we are still speculating or still conspiring here. But these are real facts, guys. Now, again, today we will show you that they have a paper where they literally tell you that they are working together with Ripple and they have built an RTGS payment system that they are going to start using very, very soon. Now, this is the Bank of England, guys. And we have always said this. We have always said that this is the next thing that will happen. It starts in London, remember? So when we actually go to this page here, we can see alongside the consultation paper, the Bank of England published a technology working paper outlining emerging thinking on CBDC technology, right? When we go to this paper, we can clearly see here, guys, that Ripple is mentioned, right? And if we go to Ripple, you can see on page 67, they talk about enable private sector innovation. Within the RTGS renewal program, the bank's focus has been to develop our roadmap for ongoing improvements to the RTGS service in line with industry feedback and incorporating elements from previous proofs of concept and experiments. These have included DLT proof of concept, a project to explore and demonstrate basic functions of wholesale settlements using DLT. The bank built on this work via second exercise working with Baton Systems, Clearmatics Technology, R3 and Token to ensure our renewed RTGS service could connect with systems based on DLT and other innovative technologies. Cross-border synchronization, a joint project with Ripple, demonstrating that synchronized FX transactions in two different simulated RTGS systems can be achieved, leading to the incorporation of synchronization functionality into the roadmap for renewal. Again, showing you here, guys, that they are going to use Ripple. They're going to work together with Ripple to do cross-border transactions. And the Bank of England, guys, is not the only one. And we will show you again. We have been saying this for years, and now we can actually see proof of this, right? These were all conspiracies. Again, the XRP community was right. Look at this, guys. We are here. We are literally here. We are on the brink of this being launched. We can see here and will launch later in 2023, right? Now, we have shown you that Swift will go live with ISO 20022 in March. Everything is connected here, guys. Nothing is coincidence. Again, you can see here Ripple proof of concept. When we click on that, we get another document, which simply tells us what they are going to do using this RTGS system, how it works, and what they have been doing, right? This is a proof of concept. We successfully integrated the Ripple solution with two simulated RTGS systems hosted in the cloud and demonstrated that we cloud process a successful cross-border payment across two RTGS systems simultaneously. We also demonstrated that an attempted cross-border payment that failed validation on the receiving side would not be honored. Very simple. It worked. They have tried simulation, they have done tests, and it's all good, right? So again, when this will be start using, guys, the thing what I'm going to show you here is that they are not the only one. The Bank of England is not the only one who's going to use this. They're all connected together again, right? Why do you think this lawsuit is happening, guys? You really think the Bank of England is going to work with a company who's in a lawsuit? It's not that simple. That's why the lawsuit is happening in the first place. The framework. It will be there when it's going to be used. Three things I think happen in the SEC versus Ripple case resolution. XRP itself is not a security. The chance that XRP is a security, guys, has diminished by 90% because just think about this. The Bank of England is saying in a paper that they are going to use Ripple, which we all know how Ripple's product works. It works by using XRP for on-demand liquidity, right? Well, if XRP is being used as a bridge currency, which will also show you that the BIS is actually saying that, how can it be a security, guys? See how everything is falling in its place right here. Now here they are talking about concern of China's CBDC and using mBridge to displace the dollar, asking how we can strengthen the SWIFT system here in the US, which countries can we ally with Ripple, an American company. The problem here is, guys, Ripple is already involved in the mBridge project, which we will hear in a BIS video. I will show it to you. Right, so what can they do to strengthen SWIFT system? Well, SWIFT system is also using Ripple. Can you see, guys, how it's all integrated in each other? Now, we think maybe that China and America and Russia, they're all divided, right? But listen, guys, they're not divided. They're just showing you that. They're not divided. mBridge is using Ripple. SWIFT is using Ripple. ISO 222. So how are they divided? They all use the same system. It's all going to be connected in the end. Let's take a look at what they're saying here very briefly, guys, as I want to show you the BIS video, which they talk about the mBridge project using distributed ledger technology.
Member as well, Mrs. Waters, for her work on putting this committee together, this hearing together. Members on both sides of the aisle have been keenly interested in the development of a retail central bank digital currency. And China's domestic retail central bank digital currency pilot, known as the ECNY, or the digital yuan, has received a lot of focus from Congress recently as a challenge to the primacy of the United States dollar, and also as a full spectrum surveillance tool for the Chinese government. However, usage of the digital yuan has so far remained very low, as consumers seem to be sticking with private payments ecosystems, including Alipay and WeChat Pay. There's been little focus, however, on mBridge, which is the cross-border bank-to-bank wholesale CBDC pilot that's being conducted by 4 countries, including China, which is the lead. I think it's Hong Kong, Thailand, and one of the countries in the Middle East. I'm blanking on it right now. But there are 7 more countries that have received offers to join. And mBridge, as you know, operates outside of SWIFT and the existing correspondent banking system, and could be a tool for sanctions evasion and other financial crimes. Mr. Harrell, how concerned should we be in Congress about China's central bank digital currency pilot project?
For the question. I agree with you. It's been interesting to see on the little interest there is. Now, Chinese consumers, probably because they don't actually want the Chinese central bank seeing everything they buy, are trying to stay outside the domestic deployment of a digital RMB in China. I think you are right to focus on the cross-border payments. I don't think that...
Bomb. So he says it's right to focus on the cross-border payments, right? But he also says that they have to put something in the dollar so they can make it valuable again. Now listen, guys, I don't think that's going to happen here, right? Because they're losing a very big run, and this is not just about mBridge. This is also about the petrodollar, which I talked about in great length in my previous video, so I'm not going to do so again. But that also has a major impact on what is happening right now. The BIS was asked of a cross-border multi-CBDC platform. There's a DLT that proves the token you're transferring is genuine. You actually have the funds by zero knowledge proof with this system. You can convert deposits into tokens, say in London. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. See how everything is connected, guys.
Different CBDCs. Do you imagine, just in terms of the duration, more difficult?
The answer to your first question. So your first question was on multi-CBDC platforms. Does the chapter examine the operation of these multi-CBDC platforms? The answer is yes. And in fact, we actually draw on on a number of trials actually that's going on in the BIS Innovation Hub in partnership with our member central banks. So just to mention two, there's one that is run out of the Hong Kong Center of the Innovation Hub that's called Project Mbridge.
Project Mbridge, again, using Ripple, because you can see, guys, that Mbridge is also with these couple of countries that are going to use the same thing, and he's saying that they're using distributed ledger,
being the multi-CBDC platform, and bridge, in the sense of bridging. Then there's another experiment run out of a Singapore center that's called Project Dunbar.
Now go search, guys, Project Dunbar. Go search it. If you go search it, you will see that they also use Ripple. Again, see? So here they're using two projects, but they're using the same kind of technologies to actually see what is working.
And each one of them has the BIS together with 4 other central banks that are forming these common platforms. And the way that these platforms work is to use distributed ledger technology, but using real names. So what we do is...
So using real names, he's going to talk about some privacy stuff and how the technology works. But you can clearly see, guys, they're using DLT. So again, guys, this shows you proof that we are very, very near about using XRP as a reserve currency, actually, to replace what we have now as a financial system. I hope you're ready, guys, because it's almost time. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next one. Cheers.